Okay, hi. My name is Gen Kelsang Talopa, and I'm going to give you a very simple breathing meditation. And you can use this meditation at any time just to make your mind calm and peaceful. The idea behind this meditation is that if our mind is still, free from distractions, then a feeling of peace and calm and contentment will just naturally arise. So you can have, if you're able to make your mind still, then this feeling of calm and peace and contentment will just naturally arise. And I'm going to show you how this works. What stops our mind from being still is that we have many distractions. So our mind is jumping around all over the place. What happened last week? What's happening today? What might happen tomorrow? So we kind of got to let all that stuff go, all that concern with what's happening in our external world, and then begin to be more concerned with what's happening in our internal world. And we can ask ourselves, is my mind peaceful? Because inner peace and happiness are the same thing. But when your mind is peaceful, you can be happy. But if your mind is unpeaceful, tormented by things like anger and desires, attachment and jealousy and obsession, there is no peace. There is no happiness. And so, first, what we need to do in the beginning of this meditation is to sit in a good posture. Always try to sit in a good posture. So if you're sitting in a chair, you can try to have a straight back. If you try to have your feet planted on the floor, flat on the floor. If you're sitting on a cushion, cross-legged, that's great. You can place your back of your right hand in the palm of your left, just like this. And raise the thumbs again, just like this. And then you see we create a sort of O shape between our forefingers and our thumbs. And then just relax your hands into your lap. So once we've done that, we begin to turn our attention to our eyes. What are our eyes doing? You can gently close your eyes, or you can have them very slightly open. If they're open, you're looking at a spot on the floor. And then with your mouth, you just gently close your mouth. And so you breathe naturally through the nostrils. You try to have a straight back. You can achieve this by imagining there's a string attached to the crown of your head. This pulling your head up towards the ceiling. And this will naturally help you to have a straight back. So once we get into a good meditation posture, our shoulders are relaxed. Begin by just watching your breath. Imagine that you're seeing your breath as you breathe in and breathe out. So you're just watching this rhythm. And as you're watching your breath, you're naturally letting go of all thoughts and concerns about what's happening in the outside world. You're taking the breath as your main object, your object of meditation. You may notice that your mind is beginning to settle. And while you're watching your breath, try to observe any feelings or experiences you're having. You may notice there's a feeling at the back of your throat as you breathe in. You may also notice there's a subtle feeling at the tip of your nose. As you breathe in, it feels slightly cool. And then as you breathe out again, the warm air from your body makes it feel slightly warmer. And so cool as you breathe in, warmer as you breathe out. So try to find that feeling at the tip of your nose. It's actually happening all the time, but we never notice it because it is so subtle. And once you find that subtle feeling at the tip of your nose, try to allow your mind just to absorb into that feeling. So your mind and the feeling become one. The only object appearing in your mind is that feeling. And so your whole mind is the feeling. And the feeling is not separate from your mind. So your feeling is the mind, and your mind is the feeling. Try to have that experience. And as you experience your mind becoming more still, as you place it and keep it on that feeling at the tip of your nose, then from this stillness of your own mind comes inner peace and contentment. So try to notice this feeling of inner peace and contentment. Perhaps you think it would be nice to stay like this for a long time. with this stillness of your own mind. It becomes free from the turbulence of distracting thoughts. It makes your mind agitated. So you're focusing your mind on that feeling at the tip of your nose. Enables you to be free of all these distracting thoughts. And this feeling of inner peace and contentment is the real nature of your own mind. It is like a clear blue sky. That's free from the clouds of distractions. While your mind is focused on this feeling of peace and contentment, and the feeling at the tip of your nose, we can use this experience to improve your concentration. If we improve our concentration, then we're able to have deeper experiences of whatever makes us really peaceful and happy. We can improve our wisdom if we improve our concentration. So while you're focusing on your breath like this, try to count each cycle of inward and outward breath. So you breathe in, you breathe out, that's one cycle. So we're going to try and count as many cycles as we can. If we're new to meditation, perhaps we can only count a few, 5, 6 or something, and then our mind may wander away to some other thought, and we lose the count. That's okay. We're just practicing, we're training to improve our concentration. But it is important that when we realize we've lost the count, or some other major thought has appeared in our mind, we just stop trying to count and go back to the beginning and start all over again. Begin to count at 1 again. So if we practice like this, perhaps within just maybe 3 or 4 weeks, our concentration will improve dramatically. we'll be able to count perhaps up to 21. That would be our goal in the beginning, to be able to count 21 breaths without losing concentration. And so in the next inward breath, begin to count at 1. So now just take another 4 or 5 breaths. And try to be aware of any feelings of peace and contentment in your own mind. And try to remember them. You can have these same feelings anytime. Just repeating this simple breathing meditation. So now you can begin to relax your concentration. And then when you're ready, you can arise from meditation. Become aware of your surroundings once more. Just take your time. So, like any other activity, if we want to be able to improve our meditation, improve our concentration, we have to practice. So, I would recommend that you repeat this meditation every day, just 10-15 minutes. It's quite sufficient. And if you do this for 3 or 4 weeks, you will notice a great difference in your experience of peace and calmness. You become less reactive to difficult situations. You find you're able to become more patient. Your minds of irritation get less and less. And so you'll experience more peace and calmness and joy, happiness and joy, same as inner peace. And what will be interesting too is that other people will notice that you're becoming more peaceful. And perhaps they may even ask you, what are you taking? Yeah. And you can just explain to them, you're just taking your daily meditation. So to have a successful meditation practice, it's important that you have a particular place. Try to always do it in the same place in your home or wherever you choose. It should be a place that is relatively uncluttered, tidy, clean. And try to do it at the same time. Either getting up earlier, 15 minutes earlier in the morning, or doing it as soon as you come home from work, or doing it last thing at night, before you go to bed. So you can find what time best suits your schedule. But just try and do 15 minutes of meditation every day. You know, meditation, if you read some of these texts on the 7 habits of successful people, you come to realize that meditation is one of these habits. So come to think of your daily meditation as part of your lifestyle. Just like brushing your hair or cleaning your teeth. It's part of your lifestyle. They'll make your mind beautiful from the inside out. Okay, so we're finished there. And thank you very much for joining us. And you can access this meditation will be accessible on demand, so you can access it anytime you feel like it. Okay, thank you so much indeed.